Hello everybody, my name is Sam, aka Samster, and today we got a bit of a different video and also quite a treat. We're going to be driving this 1965 Land Rover Series 2A 109. Let's get going. Quick little disclaimer, while editing the video I didn't realize how tall I was, so sorry for the lack of being able to see the road ahead of me. But anyway, enjoy. Before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few of the things that this is had done to it. So this is my father's pride and joy. He has been wanting one of these pretty much his whole life. It's been one of his dream cars, and he's finally gotten to the point, like in retirement, where he can actually do it and restore one. So everything in this Land Rover is as close to original as it can be. He wanted to keep it as how it would have been coming out of the factory floor as possible. So it looks kind of weird because you can see it's got different lights on the front lead fenders, which they did not have on the Series 2A, and of course they didn't have all four, which that's kind of a weird thing that someone did to it in England. Oh yeah, and by the way, since it's actually from England, it's right-hand drive, which is a very interesting interesting experience driving it here in America. So kind of weird, and especially because, you know, what else have you driven that's front-wheel drive or right-hand drive here? It's kind of cool. Anyway, so let's go through a little of the things that he's done to it. So under the hood, oh my god, this thing is heavy. It is just the you know, regular four-stroke, four-cylinder, 2 1/4, just tiny little Land Rover engine that they had. Everything under here is pretty original. My father is going to mess with a lot of the electrical now, so new wires, new distributor, which is the electronic points he's going to put in it, brand new Weber carb, all kinds of stuff's been, of course, done to it. It's the engine's getting kind of tired, but it still runs fine and it's perfectly usable. So the transmission is completely rebuilt, so it is like brand new and works great. All the hydraulic lines are all brand new, so everything, I mean, even the reservoir is brand new. All master cylinders, all slave cylinders, everything is brand new. All new belts, new cooling system, all kinds of stuff there. The rims that were on it were very not correct, and so my father had to buy these. These are official Land Rover, just steel rims. And he's got the nice knobby looking tires on it, so it fits the part. But of course, since it doesn't go over much of 50, it doesn't need to have like street tires necessarily, so it really fits the look. Another thing is brand new suspension, new shock absorbers. Everything underneath is pretty darn new. Don't know if you can see it, but the transmission is nice and shiny because it's also been completely redone. Of course you got the tire on the hood. I mean, that's just necessary, right? The paint, it was originally one of the grayish blue Land Rovers that were more like service trucks, and someone painted it with a brush this color for some reason. The truck, we're pretty sure, was a service truck in England. It's got these extra like service marker lights. Those are hooked up to the turn signals at the moment. It's got the original English plate on it, which is kind of cool. It's the dealer where it was bought from in England, but there's a better one in the door on the driver, not really driver side. That's the dealer, which apparently is still there in England today, so that's kind of cool. Still a Land Rover dealer. Of course, the truck being a 109, it's the long wheelbase, so it's got all the jump seats. Man, you can fit like 10 people in here easy. So it's, you know, got quite a bit of room and stuff. He is also going to get brand new seats, not necessarily these back here, but he's going to get brand new seat cushions for everything. Look at that, that's kind of cool looking angle, huh? Anyway, there's much more stuff to do to it, but at the moment it is a fully drivable registered vehicle. So, without further ado, we will go be driving it down the streets. Let's get in here. I am 6'5", so there is no space for me whatsoever. That's the seat all the way back. There is hardly any adjustment whatsoever, if they even had any. But it's back all the way. So ignition's here in the middle. Of course, it's in reverse right now. Got the choke light, ignition light, oil pressure light. All right. So we'll turn that guy on. See, they all come on. The choke's out because it hasn't run yet. And starter button's down here, holding the clutch. Starts right up. Take it out of gear. Running a little rough, so you can get rid of the choke a tiny bit. This choke light will stay on until you push it in all the way, but you know, by the time it warms up, you'll feel it, and then you'll push it in all the way and that'll turn off. Got a lot of fuel. Notice that these went out immediately. Got a bit of charging amps. This is pretty cool. All Land Rovers had this, which was a hand throttle. Is that cool or what? So, I mean, it's got all these linkages and gears and stuff. This is the high-low range, the four-wheel drive. I mean, all kinds of stuff going on. It's so raw. The whole vehicle is so just, you know, hands-on raw, and I just, it's a wonderful thing to drive. So, got the heater here. You can open that. There's the fan for the heater right there. That you can turn it on high. You can probably hear it, and then it goes down and down and down. It's like a resistor, or not resistor, it's variable. And then you can turn it off. You can close those, and then they'll go up here to the defrosters, which that's kind of cool. Oh, and how could I forget? AC. There's your very high-tech air conditioning, along with the windows that can all open. And okay, now we're warming up, so you'll see if we get rid of that, the light will go off and it'll go to idle. So anyway, let's get going. No seat belts yet, but it's not like you're gonna do a lot of good with seat belts. Okay. So, since it's right-hand drive, you are completely thrown off, or I am at least. So let's just do this real quick. The H pattern is the same as, of course, it would be if you were over here, but now that you're over here, you're using your left hand instead of your right, and reverse is way far away from you. First is also far away from you and up. So it's kind of a learning experience. Anyway, so we'll get going here. I'm gonna go down this way. Just gonna go around the block real quick. It takes it a long time to get going. Now, it's a crash box, meaning you have to double clutch. And I'm not that good at it. Now that's floored, by the way, up this hill. Now third and fourth have synchro, so everything else, you know, that's fine. You can shift down and whatever. But first and second do not have synchro, so you got a double clutch. You can go from first to second pretty easily. Just give it time. You know, you got to be patient with one of these. They're well, for multiple reasons, but they're, you know, they need some time to work, you know. So you know, everything, you're not going to be in a hurry like come on, let's go, or else you're just going to go nowhere. So we're in third. That's only half throttle, and it moves, you know. I still got the choke a tiny bit on because it's not warmed up yet. I could probably push it in now though. See, that light turns off. Don't know if you can see it. But I'm gonna keep it kind of slow, you know, just because it shouldn't be speeding down the residential area. Although I am gonna go this way. I'm trying to keep it in third so I don't have to double clutch and shift down to second. But of course, you know, you can hear it's a tiny bit low. But yeah, you got AC. Got more AC out here. So what I'll do is I'll take it out of gear here, and I'll go around this corner because that's way too fast for third. What I'll do is I'll stop it here so you can see me fail miserably at double clutching. Now what I'll do is I won't double clutch, and see, it just pops right into second because I made it like incremental and take it a while, right? There's third. Anyway, but what I'll do now after this stoplight is I will double clutch, and you'll see it's a tiny bit easier and smoother if I can do it right. If not, you'll hear a little click when it goes into second. So we're at a stop. You can put it in first. Okay. Let it out, push the clutch out, and then in. It was a bit too fast still. You also notice that I'm driving in the middle of a freaking road. It's because it's very odd to be driving like and hugging this curb, and that's actually on your side of the road. That's very odd for me, being an American boy, right? You could start it in second, but since this engine is quite tired, you know, it's not gonna like you that much, you know. But yeah, you know what? These things are an absolute blast. You're never gonna get over 60. And that's really being nice to it. See, I just did it a tiny bit slower and didn't have to double clutch. And then it went in just fine. But yeah, I mean, you're going 55 and that's with the wind behind you, and that's man, you're flying. But you know what? That's all you want to do. That's not what they were designed for. They were designed for off-roading. I mean, they're a tractor, really. I mean, they're, you know, I think Land Rover had a, look at that, double clutched it into second, nice. But you know, I think Land Rover had an ad once that, you know, if the farmer's best friend is a horse, the horse's best friend is a Land Rover. And I don't know if that was really from a Land Rover ad or not, but I sure as heck like that, because man, it really shows, you know, that ingenuity and you know, making a machine to do all the work for you, like the original Land Rovers. You know, these aren't much better, but they sure are fun. I'm gonna go this way. Also, if you ever had to drive like a city bus or something, that's the same steering rack as this, I swear to God. It is, I mean, really, you know, you gotta turn it like a heck of a lot just to get it to go around like a 90-degree corner. So we'll go back the way we came, just because I'm not trying to go on the main roads and stuff, because, you know, I don't want to risk anything and, you know, back people up and stuff. See, look how much I had to turn it there. See, just give it a little bit more time and you got it. My father and I are both amazed that these don't have tachometers, and you would really think they would, because, I mean, yeah, you can do it by ear, but the fact that, you know, I mean, you got a hand throttle, you got a PTO if you really want, because it's literally a tractor. You would sure think they'd have a tachometer so you can monitor what you're doing. But isn't this cool? I mean, look at the hood, you know, hood ornament. It's a freaking spare tire, you know. Man, these things are great. Like I said, you know, although it takes a certain kind of breed of people to really, you know, enjoy one of these things. You know, I mean, you don't want to go fast. You don't want to do anything, you know, like crazy in it. You're not trying to be luxurious. But, I mean, anything else, it is so cool. I mean, there's nothing else to say. They are just awesome. And see, it moves. Kinda. Thing is, I don't remember the actual statistic, but it was something like, in all the undeveloped countries, the first vehicle any of the tribes or whatever saw, like 70% of the people in the world that never saw an automobile before, it was one of these. It was always a freaking Land Rover because they're just awesome and they can make it there, you know. Yeah, they're amazing. So anyway, I just like going around the block, and maybe you guys might appreciate it and, you know, just have fun with me, enjoy my enthusiasm or whatever. But yeah, there you go, guys. There is the little around the block drive of a 1965 Land Rover Series 2A. Thank you guys for watching. There's the proud owner. And yeah, talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.